Hi, my name is Amy, and I am not a content creator. These videos are going to be non-edited. They're going to be raw. I just have it on my heart to share what information and the journey that I'm going through right now. And I really wish I would have done this starting a couple of months ago, but I have it on my heart this morning when I woke up to start these videos. So I'm going to kind of catch everybody up of what's been going on. And I just hope, my hope and prayer is that it helps somebody. It will give you some information or give you some encouragement for the trial that you may be going through. So a couple of months ago, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. They found this from a lump. They found a lump when I had my screening mammogram. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, mammograms, don't get them, the radiation. Well, I can tell you they found it, and they found it early. And so I was kind of in that ballpark with everybody, but I do believe that the mammogram itself found this early. I did not feel it. I don't give myself breast exams, and I probably wouldn't have felt where it was had I even done it. So anyway, I got the results back from that a couple weeks after, so about the end of October. It came back as inconclusive. They wanted to do more, more information. Now that was get more scans. And that was the first time I ever had a strange and abnormal mammogram. I've had them done my whole life. Every year since the time I was about 35. I'm 56 right now. And so the next step was a diagnostic mammogram with an ultrasound. So I went for that. It was moving really fast. So I went for the diagnostic on November the 4th, and I got those results back within, 24 to 48 hours. And it did come back that I was positive for, that it did come back that there was a small mass or a mass on my right breast, and that they recommended a biopsy. So the radiologist who did the ultrasound said, yeah, it just, you shouldn't at your age be growing masses in your body. It wasn't on your last mammogram, and the shape of it was strange. It was not completely smooth. It had some jagged edges around it, and so that was a concern. The size on the ultrasound was small. It was 0.6 centimeters, so that was less than a centimeter. I came to find out that's a little different now after the MRI, but that was encouraging, so it was caught early. So they recommended a biopsy. So I went in for the biopsy on November the 21st. That was the first available I could get. I'm in the Tampa Bay area in Florida. And so I went for the biopsy on the 21st, and that is when I was diagnosed. When those results came back, I was diagnosed with TNBC, which is triple negative breast cancer. Of the breast cancers, it is in the common, type, which is invasive ductal carcinoma. Invasive because, it starts in the milk duct, and if it stays in the milk duct, it's called situ, which is like a 0. But if it leaves the milk duct and goes to the breast, then it's called invasive. Invasive doesn't mean that it's went everywhere, but it's just outside of the milk duct. So of that, like 80% of breast cancers are of that type. But me, I'm a subset of that. So only about 15 to 20% are in this subset that is called triple negative. And what that means is it has no hormone receptors, estrogen, progesterone, HER2s. So it was negative for all those receptors. And so that means that targeted therapies like hormone blockers will not work. So, and this cancer is, more aggressive. It can, it has a higher recurrence rate, and what I've come to find out, it's a bad actor, just depending on your levels and stuff. So anyway, yay me, I've got this, 15 to 20% of this more common breast cancer. And so then what I needed to do was go, and so I have an MRI. So they wanted to do an MRI. So I had the MRI done on December the 2nd. And the MRI was encouraging. It showed that there was no spread to the other breast. There was no apparent lymph node involvement. Where the tumor is, it's like on my right breast. but it's laying on the pec muscle a little bit. It's not invasive in the muscle, but it's on the muscle. So that was kind of a concern, I guess. And, but the layering, the MRI does the contrast dyes, and it will show, you know, a lot clearer picture, like totally better than, than mammogram and ultrasound. So the actual sizing of it was 1.3 centimeters. I was like, oh my goodness, has it grown? And my doctor assured me, he said, no. He said, it's because the MRI is more accurate in sizing. And so, so that's where we are. So the next step was to see a surgeon. So I have a surgeon, love her, love the office. They've been so wonderful so far. And her suggestion was like, she was going to talk as a team with the medical oncologist, but she said that, you know, she would like to get the medical oncologist involved. They believe that treatments would be better to start than surgery. So I met with the medical oncologist. So I met with the surgeon on Monday. I met with the medical oncologist on Monday the 8th. I met with the I'm looking at my calendar because I have to write all this stuff down. And so then I met with the medical oncologist that next Wednesday, which was just this past Wednesday. And he recommended that we do treatments first. And so the reason for that is because they want to eradicate, they want to totally destroy the cancer cells. They want to hopefully shrink it completely. Although it's not huge, they want to shrink it completely. They also want to get it away from the pec muscle, is what I understand. And so, so what I'm going to do is it's a lot of treatments, 12 weeks of chemo, and I will go over everything that that they're giving me. But I just wanted to kind of like get us up to speed here of what's happened so far. This Tuesday, I go and have a port implanted in underneath my skin, I guess it is. It looks like that. And it's outpatient, and they're going to put this port in so that I can get the treatments easier instead of them having to inject me all the time, I guess. And so that happens Tuesday, the 16th, this coming Tuesday, and then December 16th, and then my treatments start Friday. So I had long hair. I had hair that was down to my middle of my back. And when I went and met the medical oncologist, I knew the inevitable was going to happen. My hair is going to fall out. And it usually happens around 2 weeks after your treatments start. So for less of a shock and getting prepared for that, I've cut my hair. And I've got a pixie cut. I haven't had short hair since I was a child, so this was quite an adjustment. I'm probably going to go shorter. Again, I just woke up, so it was all like crazy. But I'm going to lunch with my sister today. She's been a real encouragement. I'm going to lunch with her, and we're going to go wig shopping. So I just want to be ready for that. But I'll walk you through everything I'm going through, just not sugarcoating anything, how sick I get, everything. And I just hope and I pray that this will help somebody along the way. And I have a peace about all of this. I have strong faith in Jesus Christ. I have a wonderful family, and no kids. And so I was just me and my husband, but you know, we have a good support group, which I think is key. I feel like I have a great medical team. So please, I just hope that this encourages people or gives you the information, and I will do videos this whole journey. I thank you for watching. Have a great day.